Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Chris here, and I'm coming on to do something for the very first time on this channel. I am going to start a tag. This is hashtag how tarot works. Hey guys, so I wanted to start this tag because I wanted to get a conversation going. And because it's a topic that really genuinely interests me. It's one that I could talk about for, until the cows come home. And I think it's just a really interesting, topic of conversation. And I want to know what everyone else thinks about it. So without further ado, I've got basically two questions, two main questions that make up this tag. And you can make this as quick or as long a video as you want. Mine's is going to be relatively quick. Um, and you can answer these questions in whichever order you want, by the way, whichever feels right for you. The first question that I'm going to answer is, does it even matter to you how or why the tarot works? You know, do you need to know how or why it works? Or is it just enough for you to know that it does? Um, you know, and my answer to this question is, it's a bit of a cop out. Let's call it what it is. It's a yes, a bit of a yes and a bit of a no. So the no comes from the fact that the way I see it, it's something that's infinitely complex. It's an infinitely complex mystery, and I don't think anyone has ever. Well, my personal opinion is I don't think it's ever possible to fully understand all of the facets of how the tarot works. Um, and yet it does, you know. So I suppose from that point of view, the answer is no. It doesn't matter. But at the same time, I think that it does help to have some level of understanding about how it works or how you believe it works. Because I think if you know how something works, not just tarot, but anything in general, if you know how something works, you can improve it. You can build on it. Or if something goes wrong, you're probably in a better position to know how to fix it. Um, So I suppose from that point of view, it does kind of a matter to me that I know how it works, because if for example, I'm not connecting with the cards one day or something, my views on how it works or how it works for me help me out. It helps me understand, right, okay, well, I'm maybe a bit of an emotional wreck, my mind might be elsewhere. That's kind of a why it's not working, and the solution is I need to kind of calm myself, just get centered, get grounded, and come back to it. So that's just an example, but that from my point of view, in my opinion, is why it's important to have some kind of understanding. The second question is basically what the tag is. It's so how does it work? How does the tarot work for you? How, in your opinion, does this deck of cards work as a tool? Um, so what are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on the topic? For me, there's different layers to how it works. You know, I think it works on a lot of different levels, and your beliefs outside of this particular question will probably influence to what level you take this. Um, I think if we go to the very kind of a base level, think about it in a very down to earth, you know, empirical, scientific way, if you will. I think that it works as a creative thinking technique. You know, uh, it's a tool that inspires us to think about things in a different way, in a way that we perhaps wouldn't have if we didn't have that tool. It gives us new ideas and new solutions to problems. I need to, direct you to Vincent Petici and his YouTube channel. And if you look up any videos where he talks about conceptual blending, um, that is basically what I'm talking about. Conceptual blending, it's a creative thinking technique where you take an unrelated stimulus and apply it to the problem. And the theory is it gives you new ideas, new solutions about how it works. And that this technique has worked in different ways. There's been different inventions and what different solutions to different problems that have been reached through this technique. But if you go over to Vincent's channel, which I will link in the description, you'll learn a lot more about that, and it's so interesting to listen to him talk about this topic. I'm just kind of bouncing off that, going from there. I'm thinking about it in a reader and querent type way. Um, I think that it kind of opens up that connection between the reader and the querent. It kind of it opens up a conversation between the two. Um, and it empowers the reader to tap into that bond, the bond between them. Um, from that point of view, I think it acts as a powerful psychological tool. Okay, it gives us insight into the depths of ourselves, our own, our deepest selves, our souls, our lives. It lets us look at that from a whole different perspective, and it kind of acts like um, what was I going to say there? It acts like a tool for almost for achieving balance and for heightening self-awareness in that way. Um, that's the kind of a level that I would say that I'm sure of, or that I feel that I can be sure of. There's so many other kind of a levels. Um, if you think about everyone in the world is being connected by a series of, strings or webs, or even if you don't want to think about it in those terms, we're all connected in some way. If you think of yourself as think of the connection between you and someone that you know well as being like think of that connection as an analogy. The web is an analogy. And then if you think about, the webs, the strings, the connections between everyone, you get this big structure, kind of like the neural connections in the brain all firing, or it's like a big massive mind map. And I think the tarot just lets us tap into those strings, it lets us tap into those connections. Um, you may choose to, you may view it as something quite different. It might be a connection to something greater than ourselves, be it deity, be it spirit, be it guides. But hence the question. Um, I'm so interested in what everyone has to say and what everyone thinks about this. Um, so yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Let me hear your thoughts. Um, you know, whether it's by, VR, video response, um, post it on Instagram, post it in one of the various Facebook groups, leave a comment in the comments section, and let me know your thoughts on this interesting topic. Um, and yeah, that just leaves me to say thank you so much for watching. Um, and I can't wait to hear back from you on this. Um, take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day or evening or week or weekend, whatever it happens to be. Bye, everyone.